organizers. We are on our way down to the Midwest Fair for the Mustang Training Challenge. We just got to our first stopover location in Michigan. So we did 12 hours in the trailer today. We're going to do the rest tomorrow. Arwin is just hanging out behind me. It just started raining, so he's got a little shelter. He's not too impressed with the rain. We might have to put him inside in a stall, but we'll see how it goes. And it should be a pretty fun adventure. I'm hoping that we're pretty prepared, and who knows, we'll see what we're going to share with you. So I just wanted to show you guys inside the little cabin here. So I used a website that's available in the States. It's a horse hotel website. So basically it's different equestrian facilities that also have bed and breakfast rooms. So this cute little cabin is where we're going to be hanging out for the night. And I already showed you guys where Arwin is outside. And we ended up putting River outside with him. And then we're actually going to be staying at this place on our way back as well. So it's kind of nice because we only have 5 hours of driving to do tomorrow. So it sets the horses up pretty nicely. And we have this cute little place to stay. So we're pretty excited for the competition coming up. And who knows what will happen. Alright, so driving on the way there, we came across snow, which was kind of like, oh my gosh, what is that doing there? So we made it there, and you can see there are a ton of trailers, which kind of gives you an idea of just how many people are there. And after we got there, I decided to practice trailer loading with Arwin a couple times because we were going to have to do trailer loading as part of our class the next day. And he had just spent like really long trailer rides in the trailer, and I didn't want him hating the trailer and thinking that it was a bad place. I wanted to kind of revisit him loading and going on willingly and getting a couple cookies and just kind of remembering that it could be a good thing. One of the little tricks that I do is no shipping boots when we are doing like practice, and shipping boots when we go for a long haul, and then that way he can kind of know the difference. And I'm just hoping that that might help for when we go into the competition, that he would understand, like, we're not about to go for 12 hours, so you may as well just walk on really, really easily. Not that he's ever super bad, but when you go to a competition and you do trailer loading, they're going to want to see them walk on without hesitation. So whatever I can do to help him be super motivated to go in is basically what I was looking for. So we did that a couple times because the trailers get parked really far away, and so that was kind of my opportunity to do that. And then here's a little look coming inside. So there were some of the aisles were wider, but there were some little narrow pathways that we were able to go through as well. And he was just super willing and super calm, followed me the whole way there. And here he is going into his little stall, and did really, really well. Settled in really nicely. He had River beside him, which is Frank's little Mustang that was also at the makeover. So Franny is my student who ended up finishing 13th overall. So she did a really good job, and with her little Mustang. You can just kind of see that he's set up there with his salt lick and had a nice little stall area. And then this is him grazing. We took him outside for a little bit too. So I like to let my horses kind of roam around and be a horse as much as I can. I want to keep it as nice as possible. So this kind of gives you a little bit of a look. There's little grass patches. The barn is really huge. Lots of aisleways and pathways, and then you can kind of get a little bit of a lay of the land there looking around. So now we are inside one of the arenas. We had different warm-up times that we were allowed to go into the different riding rings. They actually had 4 different arenas, and so this is a look at our practice on the very first night. So we had our little package, we knew what our patterns were going to be, and so I was just practicing some of the moves that were going to be part of the patterns class the next day. You can see there are lots of different people taking advantage of the warm-up time. It's like 4:45 in the morning, and here we are getting ready to go out. Everybody looks wide awake and excited and not at all, falling asleep. So now it's time to get ready for the first competition of the day. So we're doing a lot of cleaning up and getting those socks nice and white. We're using the Espana Silk natural grooming products that I actually use on myself too. So we're giving them, you're doing the white parts because it's too cold to do a full bath. And then after they had a chance to dry a little bit, we had some time that we were able to go into the Coliseum. So this is the first time that we were able to go into the Coliseum It was open to everybody, and so this is super early in the morning. I think this is like 5:30 or 6 or something like that in the morning, but that's what the time was that we were able to go in. And the competition, the walkthrough, was actually starting at 7:45, so we had to make sure we got there early so that way we could do our practice. And you can see that a lot of the other Mustangs are doing really well. They're looking pretty calm too and pretty relaxed. So it was a really good turnout of Mustangs for the challenge. A lot of really great looking Mustangs, a lot of Mustangs that were looking like they had gotten a lot of great training too. So it was really awesome to be part of such a great crowd. A lot of people doing a lot of really awesome stuff with their horses. So we were all taking advantage of that practice time, and then after that we went back to the stalls and kind of did a final touch-up of grooming. So I'm using my Espana Silk topical spray there to just kind of give them a little bit more of a shine. One of the classes that we do is handling and conditioning, and 10 of our marks are based on how healthy our horse looks. So making sure that they've got a nice shiny clean coat is kind of part of that. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't miss out on any points. So we wanted to make sure they were nice and clean. So this was heading into my pattern class, and I'm going to post this video separately just so that way I don't make this video super long. I am going to include my freestyle in this video. And this wasn't me going into my handling and conditioning class, which we actually ended up winning. But again, I'm going to post this video in full later. So just that way this video doesn't end up being ridiculously long. But this class, Arwin actually ended up winning. So I'm super proud of my little fella. But I will show you guys the full freestyle video within this. So just hang tight for a few more seconds and you'll get to see that. In between her classes, I was told that Wisconsin fried cheese curds are like a must-to-have. So I gave those a try. They're kind of like a mozzarella stick that wanted to be like a popcorn chicken, but not quite, but pretty good. And then here's a little look at one of the drill teams that I thought was super cool.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
So this is now day 2. We are doing the grooming in the morning again to get ready for the trail class. We didn't do the washing of the socks this day because they were still pretty clean. So that was kind of nice. But we're doing some spray and getting them nice and clean and getting ready for the trail class. So the trail class went really super awesome. It was the class that he got second place in. So the scores were all pretty tight. A lot of people did a really awesome job. And this video I will put in full later. It will be one of the next videos to come up on one of my Tuesdays or Thursdays. So stay tuned for the full video of that. But there's a little bit of a clip for you of the serpentine that we had to do. And it's a very technical class.
3 or 2 left. Who can they be? Head to the finals. With Arwin, it's Lindsay Partridge. How about a hand once again, if you would, for all 10 out of 37, a little over 40 actually, making it to the short go round. What a performance that's going to be.
So here's a little look at my prizes from the first 3 classes, getting champion in the legends overall, a first, and a second. So we qualified for the top 10, and I'm gonna just share with you guys some clips from our final night.
Came true in the last 90 days. Tonight is the night we find out who is the champion of the legendary night. Ladies and gentlemen, there are your top 10. Let's give them a little encouragement. Give them a little something to be thankful for. The dream of being a horseman or a horsewoman, the dream of becoming an entertainer on horseback or with a horse in your hand, has been the dream of millions of little boys and girls for many, many years. But it takes the other component, And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, this entire weekend, we celebrate the life, the legacy of this great American icon. Turn your attention to the north end of the Coliseum as we say hello and welcome to the building, the Great American Horse. Set, they're in place, contestant number 2. Her name is Lindsay Partridge. Arwin is the horse. She is a 3-time champion of the Thoroughbred Makeover. The horses started at 8 years old when she went to the horse camp. That's when her passion started, with her little sister. Lindsay's known for her liberty and bridleless work, nicknamed the Toronto Star, Canada's Horse Whisperer. Lindsay Partridge.
Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I was screaming loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm my right song. Everybody's worried about me. Good boy. Too deep. Say I'm in too deep. It's been 2 years. I miss my home. There's a fire burning in my bones. I still believe. Yeah, I still believe. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I was screaming loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm my right song. My power's turned off. I'll be strong. I'll fight my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me. Like a small boat, lay down, Arwin, on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word
Get
can make a
down.
heart
Down,
open.
Arwin. Yes, good
I'm
boy.
one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm my right song. My power is turned off. So right now I'll be strong. I'll fight my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is contestant number 2. Arwin is the horse, and Lindsay Partridge.
Come on, people, let's get now. Let's get now.
Like I want.
Just to see you burn, on it racing soft Detroit. He took the midnight.
Was Lindsay Partridge and Arwin. keep in mind, this is an accumulative score for my judges over the entire weekend. Friends, we just crowned 10th through 4th place. Now remember, these are the top 10 out of 40. There's not a loser here tonight. They're all winners. As those seven new friendships make their way out of this building, let them know you're thankful for them. 10th through 4th place. Come on, friends. Tell them you love them. We now have 3 that remain. At this point, we're going to have our handlers take the 3 horses, and we're going to ask these 3 lovely young ladies, by the way, all ladies in the top 3. Come right on up here, girls, and stand right over here to my left, if you would. While they're making their way up, I do want to introduce our judges again. Mark and Miranda Lyons, thank you guys so much. Ms. Ann Sauter from the Mustang Heritage Foundation. And we're going to start with 3, go to 2, and then to 1. In 3rd place, it is contestant number 9, Alyssa Reddyboo on the Legend of Freedom. In 2nd place, now keep in mind, there's several thousands of dollars. 3rd place, I believe, is $2,000. 2nd place is $4,000. And the grand prize is a $10,000 check, plus many other great prizes and awards. In 2nd place, it was contestant number 2, Lindsay Partridge in Arwin.
So all in all, a super amazing trip. We finished the day with some shopping on Sunday, which included taking Arwin out to the horse building so we could get him fitted for a saddle. So that's what comes next for Arwin, is I'm going to get him started under saddle. And who knows, we'll see if he's any good at extreme cowboy racing. And then we basically took our stuff and loaded our ponies. And that's that. It was a super awesome, amazing Mustang Challenge experience for my first time. I'd love to hear what you think and if you want to see me do more of these Mustang challenges. I thought it was pretty fun, but let me know what you think. Bye, guys.